Hey guys, I'm back with another video. Um, I wanna talk about some stuff. This video is really spontaneous. I have some thoughts in my head I wanna talk about. So, first things first, I feel like my attitude at the moment when it comes to YouTube is like, look at me! I'm an important person, you have to watch my videos. I need attention. This is how it feels like, and that makes me really uncomfortable. But I guess this is how it is when you start off YouTube. You don't know what you're doing, and you don't know how it feels to talk to strangers on the internet. And this is why you have to deal with that. You have to get used to talking into a void. You don't know how people react to your content. You don't really know what people think about you. So it's just like, look at me. I am a person. Click on my video because I am a human. I make this voice so often. I get more professional in this actually. But yeah, that always made me like, in the moment when I was doing a video, I was like thriving, I was like, yeah, this is so awesome. Everybody wants to listen to my content. I'm an insane motherfucker. I'm the coolest shit on earth. Me just yapping and putting a random anime character picture, usually Guts or Killua, into my video, and I don't edit the video. I don't put any effort into this. But I know people want to see that shit. I don't want to say my stuff is not bad. I think my stuff is alright. It's not that the stuff is not bad. It's my attitude that I'm like, I mean, even if my attitude is weird, I think it's still entertaining, but I felt miserable not because I didn't thought the content was bad. I just felt like I just got sick of my own attitude. But for a long time, I didn't know what was wrong. So the whole time, I did a video and I felt great about it. I felt like I'm the coolest shit in the internet. I'm a cool motherfucker. I was really overconfident, which is not usually a bad thing because it makes you strive for things. So I was doing the videos, then I uploaded them, and after like a week or 2 days, I was like feeling like, I'm shit. What am I doing? Why? What kind of person am I? And it led to moments that I already mentioned in another videos where I was realizing I don't have any identity, and who the hell am I? Like, I looked at other channels and I felt like they do that much longer than me, and I just felt like they had an identity, and I just felt like they had more going on, but I didn't know what it exactly was that compared to my channel, I felt about myself like, hey, I don't know who the fuck I am. Who the fuck am I? I just looked in my channel and I had a feeling someone would look at this channel and be like, who the fuck is this person? Like, what does this person wants to deliver, And I think it's kind of, I don't think you have to deliver anything on the internet. This is what the internet is for, but I think still people, and I don't even know if that's true for other people going on my channel, but this is how I felt about my channel. I felt like when I was going on my channel, I felt like this is a place where people don't know what the fuck is going on. So I don't know if people want to subscribe because people think like, yeah, like, what am I getting here? Like, okay. I don't know if that's even true, But yeah. And also I made jokes about this also in my other videos. in my first videos, especially when I started to show my face, which I still want to do. I don't feel insecure about my face. I just like to make videos without my face. Sometimes I want to show my face, and I feel like I want to show my face. But sometimes I just don't want to show my face. And that's a good thing, because then people just don't click on a video only for my face, but they click on a video only for the content, and that can be a good thing, you know? And what I want you to say is, and some videos I was just like repeating the same content. I felt like, I think I said this in another video, there's still something going on, and it's totally fine for the process I'm going through, because I'm just a beginner. Oh my man, I have a lot of thoughts. You have to get used to this whole like YouTube thing. You have to get used to it, you know, and it's overwhelming to just talk to a camera or to an audio and just talk to random people on the internet. You have to get used to that shit, you know? So it's totally fine that at the beginning you don't say as much shit, because you just don't know how to, you don't know. It's hard to talk randomly into a void without actually having a conversation and to come up with interesting stuff, because I think the more I'm doing YouTube, the more I'm getting awareness. And in the beginning, I didn't was so aware like how I am now, and I will be more aware in the future. And I'm noticing more patterns, and I'm actually realizing more what is interesting. Because in the beginning, I was like, I am an entertainer, but I didn't fucking know what I was doing, you know? And now I realize I get more humble about myself, and I realize, like, I'm not that kind of special, but that's fine. You know, I'm just a normal person, and I can be humble about myself, and I don't have to think I'm the biggest motherfucking shit. I feel like I'm a Pokemon, right, coming out of a Pokeball and screaming its name. But it only screams its name. This is how I feel like. I'm like Pikachu who just says Pikachu, and then it has a confused Pikachu face. And I don't even want to funny. You know, in the beginning I was like, I don't think if you can notice it, but every time I had a thought in my mind where I felt like, oh shit, this could be funny, you know, then I said it out, because I was like, it's so important to be funny, and I put a lot of importance into the fun, you know, but I don't think it matters that much. And you become more humble of it over time, the more videos you do, and you become more aware of it. But it's a process, and you only learn because I did those videos. So those videos are meaningful, because I wouldn't be where I am right now when I didn't have made those videos back then, you know? But I still think the videos are kind of funny, because I'm just sitting here being like, yeah, this is how I feel. This is my not amusing life. This is how I feel about myself. I just talk that how was my day? But I think it's still fine. I think people still fuck with that, you know, but it's like, the more I'm doing videos, the more interesting they become. And in the beginning, I thought it would be enough to just sit there and just talk about my day. But the more I'm doing videos, the more I'm learning how to actually say interesting stuff. But this is the thing. You can't just force interesting stuff. It happens over time. And I think the good thing, what I did, I never tried to be interesting. I just talked what came into my mind. And this is all the advice I can give you when you start a YouTube channel. You don't have to force to be interesting. A lot of people try to be interesting, and when I see someone trying to be interesting on force, I don't like the video usually. I prefer it if people are just simple and they just share what is in their mind. You will become interesting and become more aware of what could be interesting, and you will become with more original, more unique, more genuine thoughts over time, the more you share in your mind. share what is in your mind, because you will become better in talking, and there will automatically come more ridiculous stuff into your mind on YouTube when you are a person that lives their life and also are like in the internet, you know. So I'm becoming more aware of that, and I think I still don't know why I had this phase yesterday again, even though, okay, in one of my videos the title was something clicked, right? Not a lot of people watched the video. It was just 2 people watching. I don't know if they even watched the video. Maybe they just clicked on it and clicked away after a second. I don't know. I still feel that something clicked. I still felt like YouTube is something that is meaningful. But yesterday I still felt shit about YouTube. The difference was, in that moment, I didn't feel like I'm never gonna do YouTube again. I still had that thought, but then I was like, I think I'm still gonna do YouTube, but maybe I will have moments where I will not be on YouTube for a long time, and then I will come back, you know? But I also had a moment where I still thought like, I don't want to do YouTube. And I don't like this where I live in this insecurity the whole time, where I'm like, I want to do YouTube. I don't want to do YouTube. I want to do YouTube. I want to never do YouTube. I always have this thought like, I want to never do YouTube again. Instead of like thinking I just want to do a break for 2 weeks, you know? But for some reason, it's always those extremes. And then I come back and I'm fucking motivated to do a video again, and then I do a video. And, but the weird thing is, even though I thought, I hate YouTube. Why am I doing this? I still felt like something clicked, and I didn't felt shame. Or like a lot of, before something clicked in my mind, I looked at my channel and I was like, this sucks. What am I doing is wrong? This time, yesterday, I felt like I do everything right, and my videos are supposed to be there and it's all right, but I just don't care about YouTube, you know? I don't know if I am worthy enough to do this. And this feeling of being worthy felt great. So the thought of not doing YouTube disappeared for a faster time, and I just moved on, and then I actually started to write a script on YouTube, and I felt more motivated, and it was easy, and I worked on it for a much longer time, you know, and I still felt like something clicked. I still feel like there is a reason. Not that I don't think there is a reason, but I feel like it's alright to be on the internet. It is alright to be on YouTube. And before that, I was questioning it. And I was like, is it good to be a YouTuber? Is it stupid? A lot of times I was like, it's fucking stupid to be a YouTuber, because you're just doing YouTube videos. You're just getting views and you're getting money for literally doing nothing. I think sometimes you still do stuff that is literally meaningless. But in the same time, I don't know if it's I don't know. YouTube is stupid and it's dumb, but it's okay to do it even though it's dumb. You have to be okay that it's fine to do something stupid. And you can question. It is stupid, kinda. But you can also question, is it kinda stupid? Maybe there's more to it. But I don't know what is more to it now. So you guys can write into the comments why you think YouTube videos can be more deeper than you actually think, and it's not just a YouTube video. You can write that, because I'm pretty sure my viewers notice stuff that I myself don't notice. So it's cool. But yeah. Today I was like, I want to do a video. I kind of feel like it. And I hope that over the process, I will stop thinking I never will do YouTube again. And instead I will just think like I do a break and I don't know when I come back. Maybe I don't come back. I don't need a break. This is like the problem. In the beginning I thought I need a break. I wasn't burned out. I know I do a lot of videos, but those videos are really easily to do. And if you think about it, it's just 20 minutes a day and then you do other things in life. It's not a big deal to do those videos. And I already make breaks when I don't want to do a video right now. It's not overwhelming for me. You should not. People tell you this always. You should not burn out from YouTube because then you're gonna stop with YouTube. But I realized that this feeling of like, I don't never want to do YouTube, that my brain thinks that at the moment, but it's actually something else. It's not, I don't think it's actually that I never want to do YouTube again. It's just that my brain processed this thought right now because I can't process anything else, you know? I don't know what is actually the problem. And because something clicked, I know it's okay to do YouTube and I don't have to take myself serious. And that's fucking amazing because I think if you want to be a successful YouTuber, you shouldn't take yourself too serious because the internet is not a serious place at all. It's the fucking internet. There is so much shit online. If you want to survive and do it in a serious way, you need a way to not take yourself too serious and just roll with it. Just fucking roll with it. And don't mind if it's not deep or anything. Just do it because you have passion. But it's not even passion. Because the internet is a cruel place and the internet doesn't give a fuck if you have... Like, people give a big fuck. And if you have passion, people will come back to your channel because people on the internet like passion a lot. But a lot... In the way the internet is, passion is still like something that is not enough to survive mentally to keep doing YouTube videos. It's a complicated thing. It's two sides. Passion is important, but passion is not enough. So it clicked means, I don't know exactly what it means, but it feel like you, for yourself, materialize. I don't know if I can put it into better. I hope I can put it into better words in the future. But I understand in my, not just in my brain, but in my heart, what it means to be online. And if you have that feeling, I got now what it means to be online and do YouTube videos, then you are settled. And then YouTube is the right place for you. And you are a person who can do YouTube. And I think everybody can get on that level. I don't think it's just chosen people. Technically, in theory, everybody can get on that level. It's fine to be online. But it is a journey. And it takes time to realize that. I have a lot of shit to say. And I still have a motivation to talk. I hope I can get everything together. And so I was online and I did those videos. And now I am in the moment where maybe the thought comes again, oh, I never want to do YouTube. But it's still, it's not as hardcore anymore. That thought disappears. And I don't think, this is what I want to explain to you. When my body thought, like, consciously, oh, I don't want to do YouTube. There is a subconscious and a conscious. And no, I'm not Freud. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a therapist. I never studied psychology. But the basic understanding we can get of ourselves is that we have a subconscious and a conscious, right? And sometimes your conscious mind tells you things But if you would be able to look into your subconscious, which we can't just do, we can't just look in our subconscious, and that's a good thing because this is how our subconscious is supposed to work. It doesn't reveal everything right in the get-go. Actually, it's not. My need is not that I want to stop doing YouTube. My subconscious has actually something else going on, but it doesn't reveal it because it's just a really big thing to go on YouTube. It's a lot of stuff your brain has to handle. You have to deal with hate comments and everything. You have to hate with crazy things on, like, you just say random stuff and then you think like, what the hell have I said? Like, So maybe my subconscious is hiding why I actually struggle with that. And I kind of feel like this thinking of, oh, I hate YouTube, and I don't want to do it anymore, is a mechanism that just takes me out of the wide of YouTube for a moment and just makes me, because when you think I'm never gonna do YouTube, you shut down and you just click YouTube out of your head. And I think this is my brain right now. It kind of tries to click YouTube out of the head to go distance from it and then come back to it. And I think maybe that's never gonna happen, but that mechanism kind of helps me to don't think about YouTube the whole time, And I hope that it changes in the future and that my subconscious reveals its truth and actually tells me what actually I want. Because in the beginning I felt like, yeah, it's the right choice to not do YouTube. Then I felt like I don't want to do YouTube, but I had those feelings before, and then I came back and I had a lot of fun with it. But it still felt wrong to be on YouTube. It felt wrong to do that. But maybe this feeling of it feels wrong doesn't mean it's actually wrong. It's just a defensive mechanism that my brain gives me right now to protect me from something. I wanted to do that to protect myself, And I think I just have to live my life, not just on the internet, everything, and do YouTube. And then I will get more confident and I actually will deal with it easier. And then maybe I learn what it actually, like, I don't need this feeling of like safe space. I have to get off the internet. I think, because you feel safe doing this. When you feel like I'm never going to do YouTube again, you have a feeling of safety. But then after some hours, you think about it and then it's like, hey, it's actually not a big deal and it's fine. But I am a beginner, and I think those thoughts are pretty normal for a beginner. And I think you have to get into a moment of space, and it just comes over time the longer you are on social media. Where you just don't care about it anymore and you just don't see it as a big deal anymore. Look at people like PewDiePie. I don't know PewDiePie, but PewDiePie gives me the feeling that he is a kind of person that just doesn't think that serious about being an online persona. He just feels like a really confident guy who just does YouTube and he just doesn't give a fuck about it. And I am kind of like this. I'm not like PewDiePie, but like, I understand this attitude, but there's still so much more going on inside of me that I can't have this attitude completely, I think. So, I have moments where I just don't know YouTube is the right thing. But since something clicked, I feel like I'm healing from this mindset of like, oh, I'm going to stop YouTube. And instead, I just try to roll with it and understand it's fine to be online. it's not as a big deal as you think, because life is not as a big deal. We all die. Is it such a big deal to do YouTube? It's not as a big deal. But for me, it feels like a big deal because I'm a beginner. Because it's a new thing to put myself out there, to get comments from random people. I get really good comments, but it's just weird for me as a random person to do videos, and it's like 700 people watching it. 700 is a big number for me. And yeah, you get on moments, and this is where I shut down from YouTube when I realized, like, I don't want to have this responsibility of a bunch of people watching me, and I don't know if I want to be in the center of everybody, because the hell I can tell you, I am not someone who wants to be in the center of anyone. I'm someone who wants to mind their own business. I don't want to talk to anyone. I have my friends. I like to talk to my friends, but I have really a lot of moments where I just think, I don't like humans. I don't want to talk to everybody. I don't want to have a lot of attention by random people. I don't want to be in the center of everybody. That's fucking nonsense to me. But then I keep doing stuff that puts me, obviously, in the center of everybody. And then I'm always getting pissed off about, I'm kind of be an angry person, and like kind of getting angry inside, and then I'm like, I'm done with that shit. I'm done, It's like I have to do actually a video about it, because I think it would be really funny to see people like, to that moment, I am like a fucking character who's losing its mind. And I think I'm growing now, and I think I learned that it's fine to be on YouTube, and it's not a big deal. And you don't have to take it that serious that you have maybe one day a bigger viewership. Because there's a lot of stuff about having a bigger viewership that is kind of cool to my mind. But then I see also all the like stressful things about it. And then I'm like, I just don't want to do that shit. What the fuck? Like, it's fucking weird to be watched by random people. But I'm getting more used to it. And I think it just takes time. And I think what is really important in that is that I'm using my voice. And I say out when something doesn't feel cool. And I clean the internet. And I make my own position. And I position myself in the internet. And I make clearly who I am. And when you tell everyone who you are, what you want to do, what is cool for you, what is not cool for you, you are able to create actually a space in the internet that feels comfortable. I think you can do that. You can do that. I mean, you see that all the time with YouTubers. Like, I always say PewDiePie most critical. I don't know, because they are just good examples, because they're just big people, but they have a really cool community around them. It just feels like you go into the comment section and all the people seem like good people. I don't know those people, but the comment sections just feel comfortable. So even if you are a big person, that doesn't mean that you get a lot of idiots watching you. That's not true. We are all humans, and you can create a big space of a lot of good, kind-hearted people. Because in the end, like, PewDiePie has a lot of subscribers. But in the end, there are much more people on Earth. And maybe we have to question, are most people on Earth evil? I don't think that. I think most people on Earth are good-hearted. And I actually believe there's just a minority that is really big. Still a minority, but still we have a lot of humans on Earth that are shitty people. And even those people, very shitty ones, I think people become evil. I don't think people are evil from the beginning. And I think people can also become good again. And I think those minorities are there. But I think kind-hearted humans are much stronger in their going. and people will stand up for you. And even if you have a big following, you can have a lot of good people coming together, and the hate comment section is not as big deal as you may think. Because look at around in certain community spaces on the internet, how cool those people are. And I relate to a lot of people online. So I don't think it's as big deal as you may think. You can always go away if you get a bunch of idiots. You can always stop doing those videos. And maybe I have to get into the mindset that I always can stop YouTube. I think it's actually a much unhealthier mindset to think I have to do YouTube my whole life. I think having this mindset is just not a good mindset for you, because YouTube is just a platform. You are not YouTube. You are just a human. And as a human, you just go to places where you feel good at. It's like having a job, and a job was good once, and then something happens and it just feels like shit. Then you get off of that job and work somewhere else. And this is just how YouTube works. And I don't even think YouTube will be a bad place in 10 years. And maybe that's not, I think in theory or in realistic terms, probably YouTube will be a good place with enough of good people that I have fun to keep doing YouTube, that I still will do YouTube when I'm like 80. Probably that's the realistic thing, but I think my brain just needs a defensive mechanism of being prepared. We have a survival instinct, and our bodies protect ourselves from dangerous things. So maybe my brain just do this to make myself clear that I'm not like enslaving myself for YouTube. But I still want to have another thought than always thinking like, I never wanted to YouTube again. You know, I just want to have a thought that describes, that sticks with the same feeling I have about it, but just sounds different, because it's kind of annoying to always have this like shifting of like, I don't want to do YouTube, and then I think I want to do YouTube again. like that just feels like kind of like, it's not stressful, but it's like you're not standing by one thing. You're always changing your mind, you know? That's kind of annoying. Maybe I have this also because I'm schizophrenic. And yes, I want to work on that. I also don't want to say I wanted to YouTube my whole life. I don't think this is even realistic. Maybe you shouldn't think about it. But it feels good for me to have something to look forward for. Like, for example, my manga is something that where I will come back to. And I want YouTube to be also this thing where, like, I think this is something I can come back to when I want to do it. But maybe I should approach YouTube like, this is a place where when I have something to say, it doesn't work like that. I want YouTube to be something where I can look you, this is something I always want to come back to. This is something I'm going to do in the future because this is a comfortable place. And I have this also, but there's still this weird thought of like, oh, YouTube is stupid. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this, but still something changed. Yeah. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.